There's an incredibly big world of tiny racing games. You would think that most of these are silly and pointless, but a lot of them are actually pretty good. And the fact that they're miniature makes it even better. So I'll ask for a tiny favor to let me show you what they are. The first one here is Tabletop Racing. Now this game was actually removed from the Google Play Store. I'm not entirely sure when, since I believe it was still up as early as last year, but that sucker's gone now, so RIP. This game is exactly what it says it is. You and a bunch of opponents race on literal tabletops. And might I say, this main menu is sick. Gotta love the knockoff products like Goo and Nasala. There's only about 4 game modes: championships, drift events, special events, and quick race. I'm sure I don't need to explain what a quick race is, but here they show all the maps to choose from. And instantly I can spot some bangers like Teppanyaki Go-Go, Toys R Asleep, and Beach Buggies. They start you off with an ice cream truck named Whippy Kaye and a minivan named Hippie Bath Day. I'm not sure if that second name happens in real life, but they do have other cars available, but I'll get into those in a little bit. This game has pretty simple controls: X to brake and arrows to turn. It's not great, but it's not like you can officially get this game anymore. This game isn't simple vroom vroom drive though, as there's boxes placed throughout the track that can give you certain abilities. There's a bomb that you can place behind you that blows up when someone runs into it, although they call it a mine. Look, you already had Hippie Bath Day. I'm sure you can put bomb in the game. There's the EMP that can temporarily slow someone down if they're in range. There's the boost that speeds you up for a bit, and then there's the rocket. That's actually a homing missile. This one is probably the most OP of them all. It doesn't have unlimited range, but it has a pretty large hitbox. It's honestly the best one to use when you're in a pinch. And that's kinda it, honestly. I mean, the tracks are different and you can fall off of them, but other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Drift event mode has 2 difficulties: Pro and Expert, but I couldn't get to play them because they required a specific car. Championship is where you participate in multiple races to earn stars. Earn enough stars to get the trophy. Pretty simple. The races do have their own restrictions and stuff to make it more interesting. Special events is very similar to championship, except there's no trophy and you're against opponents. And with the money you earn from all these game modes, you can upgrade the car you have, or you can buy another one. They all have funny names like Vendetta, Tree Master, and my favorite, Baghetti Carb Injection. Oh yes, the finest of sports cars. They even have a hot dog, which is incredibly swag. That honestly should have been the most expensive one here. They're not horribly priced, considering you get around 2,000 coins in some races. So that's like 150 if you want baguette carb injection. Overall, I'd say the cars are a 9 out of 10. Now, the tracks and cars are pretty awesome, but I'm not gonna lie, the game wasn't as fun as I thought it would have been. The controls are meh, and the gameplay feels like it's intense in all the wrong ways. I really like the game, it's just not that enjoyable. And unfortunately, it will remain that way since you can't get this game anymore. I give this game a 6 out of 10. It could be better, but I know it won't be. Next up, we have SUP Racing. And literally the first thing they do is toss you in a race. Straight to the point, I guess. I just don't know why that guy keeps tapping that car. So SUP is a little different from your average racing game. There's no twisting, turning roads. There's just 2 lanes that you can change into. As you go along, you can pick up things like gold, diamonds, and NOS. And if you collect 3 cans, you can get a super boost. The tracks themselves aren't just straight lines though. There's ramps, hills, boosts, and many other things. In some cases, there's obstacles that will force you to change lanes. And if you change lanes right next to someone, you can ram into them. This allows you to get ahead of them, but watch out, they can do the exact same to you. The computer opponents are a lot smarter than you think. Also, if you change lanes too quickly, you can end up swerving, which is not fun. The tutorial did feel a bit tedious as it was just a bunch of races back to back, but after that you finally get sent into the main menu, where you see the driver of the car you were using doing whatever that is. The game showed me I had a few chests I got for free, which sent off some red flags. Look, if a mobile game has a chest system, it's likely a scam. I don't care if you give it an exhaust and a cool spoiler. I'm not buying one. When it comes to the cars, there are a lot of unique options. Not only is every car different, but they also have a different driver as well. What is this guy doing? Each car has their ups and downs when it comes to their stats, and honestly, they're all pretty cool to me. What's not cool to me is the ads they showed. See, I don't mind ads existing in the first place, but some of these were crazy. Like, this is a kid's game. There's no way some of the ads I saw should be here at all. There's also a $15 a month subscription. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. This game had potential, but it's too much of a dumpster fire. Sucks because it was actually kind of fun, but whatever. That's how it be. Now the next game takes a vertical turn. This one's called Hot Slide. This is actually a drift game. You use one hand to turn your car sideways to go through all the turns. And out the gate, this game is really fun. You get set up with an opponent, then you guys go head to head. This game is really simple, but there's also a bit of a learning curve, as you can spin out if you're not careful enough. There's also coins you can collect while you're racing that you can use to upgrade your car, on top of the coins you earn from winning in general. I like how the car's name is Tofu, and I haven't unlocked them yet, but there's a lot of cool cars here, and there's that one too. But they're all ranked and there's a lot to choose from. Can't wait to go sideways in an Escalade. There really isn't that much to it after that. There's different tracks, but the game is rather simple. The one thing I will say is that it does have an energy system, and they do have a $2 a week subscription, which I'm gonna let slide because from what I experienced, this game doesn't have any ads. The shop section is such an eyesore though. I still think this game is worth playing though. It's honestly really fun, and the fact that the cars are tiny makes it even better. It's like a little RC car drifting, except it's named Tofu. I give this an 8 out of 10. For the most part, it's pretty great. Now the last one here I'll go out and say is probably the best of the bunch. This is Top Drives. It's made by Hutch Games, the MFs who made MMX Racing. Top D is all about becoming a big car collector, and weirdly enough, I want to do just that. There's also another game that has a woman that shows you the tutorial. Look man, I don't understand, do kids find this hot or what? I want my tiny cars, okay? I'm not trying to bone some virtual chick. And this might seem like a bold assumption, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is AI. Because 1, her smile's weird, 2, I don't see the zipper on the left side, and 3, if you look closely, there's these little red dots all over her. I could be wrong and this could just be a goofy pose, but who knows. Either way, I hate when mobile racing games do this. I got to choose between 3 different brands. I picked Porsche because I don't like convertibles and this Lamborghini looks weird. And I got a slot. Yay! Now, the way this game works is kinda interesting. So there's a set of 5 races, with each race being different, from a drag race to a circuit, etc. And what you have to do is choose which car will win a certain race the best. So for drag races, a car with a low 0 to 60 is the way to go. And for races with a lot of turns, you want to pick a car with high handling. You actually do none of the racing. You just estimate which car will perform best in a certain situation. After picking your cars, you just let him go. You then run into this guy named Gaz Cuthbertson. Brother, what is this pose? You didn't even win the race we just had. Whatever aura you're trying to farm, cut it out. This ain't it. Anyways, before each race, you always see what your opponent's cars are. You can also see what condition the race will be to help you strategize. You have the option to autofill, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. It's honestly so fun seeing them zip through the different tracks. You can upgrade them though if you're having a bit of trouble. And if you don't care to see a race, you can just skip them. You get a certain amount of stars depending how many races you won and how badly you lost. But after every match you get to pick a card. This increases over time, however I only got up to 3 so far. You can earn rewards like currency and cars. Every car you get gets sent to the holding pool where you have 24 hours to decide whether you want to keep it or sell it. If you want to do neither, you can fuse cars together to upgrade another one. And man, the cars you can get here are crazy. I mean, they have like everything. I'm talking the Saturn Sky, Mercedes SLS Electric, and the Mercury Messenger, whatever that is. And yes, it has the CTS-V coupe. Best believe I'm finna get that one. I'm not kidding when I say this is the biggest collection of cars I've seen in a game. Like brother, there's 100 Buicks here. I didn't even know 100 Buicks existed. Now there's no way to buy cars with in-game currency, which is kinda suspicious. It's making me assume that you either have to pull them or buy them, which is pretty off-putting, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the game is fun, but if the only way to progress is to spend money, then I'm definitely not interested. The game is a little more complex than what I explained, but that's a basic gist of what it is. It kind of feels like horse betting, except I'm not rich and can walk away. From the cars, to the tracks, to the concept, it's safe to say Top Drives is one of the tiny racing goats.